Yes, ma'am. Shall we start, ma'am?
Yes, we can start now. I think
Yes.
Abhishek is there and
Dr.
coordinator.
Aarti ma'am. Yes, Dr.
Okay,
Aarti ma'am would do the introduction. So I
okay,
request Dr. Aarti ma'am to
Yeah,
kindly proceed with the introduction.
sure. A very good evening to all of you. On behalf of Nima Central and Nima Obgy Central, I welcome you all to the 56th webinar. Today's topic is Laws and Liabilities for BMS and MS OBGY by Advocate Dr. Arun Mishra sir. Myself, Dr. Aarti Kulkarni, and I'm co-coordinating today's webinar with my co-coordinator, Dr. Abhishek Kokre. First of all, it's my great pleasure to welcome all honorable dignitaries present on this virtual dais. I welcome Dr. Kamini Dhiman ma'am, President Nima OBGY Central, Dr. Priyanka Nakade ma'am, Secretary Nima OBGY Central, Dr. Vishnu Bhavne sir, Treasurer Nima OBGY Central, and Dr. Rajesh Utani sir, Convener Nima OBGY Central. Also further, I would like to welcome all office bearers of Nima Central and state bodies. I wholeheartedly welcome all the participants attending today's webinar. Welcome all. Let me brief everyone with few instructions to maintain decorum in today's lecture. Kindly register with the name as written on Nima OBGY membership registration certificate followed by Nima OBGY registration number. Please don't hesitate to put your doubts in the chat box or you can raise your hand. All doubts will be answered at the end of the session. Proceeding further, we are now virtually going to inaugurate this webinar with Dhanvantari Savan. So please join your hands, close your eyes, pray and seek blessings from Lord Dhanvantari. Namami Dhanvantari Madidevam Sura Suraivandita Pada Padmam Loke Jararu Bhayamrityunashanam Dataramesham Vividhaushadhinam. May Lord Dhanvantari bless us all with good health, success, and prosperity. Now, I would like to brief everyone about Nima OBGY agenda. Nima OBGY, that is National Integrated Medical Association Obstetric and Gynecological Society of India, aims to impart education in supporting and protecting the character, status, and interest of the integrated medical profession in practitioners of Stri Rog and Prasati Tantra. Nima OBGY is committed to promote services for betterment of health of the community, especially maternal and child health, prevention of ailments and diseases, the treatment with integrated approach of Indian medicine with modern medicine. Now let's come to our today's hot topic, which is very, very important as far as our clinical practice is concerned, that is laws and liabilities for BMS and MS OBGY. It's my great pleasure to introduce today's eminent speaker, Dr. Arun Mishra, sir. Advocate Dr. Arun Mishra, sir, has completed PhD, MD, LLM in crime, MA in philosophy, and MA in psychology. He is practicing advocate in Supreme Court and High Court and widely known as medico-legal consultant. He is founder of Doctors Risk Medico-Legal Services Organization since 2003. He has successfully handled almost 18,000 plus medico-legal cases since last 20 years. He has authored 8 books on laws of medicine. He has completed graduation in microbiology, medicine, and post-graduation in medicine, law, and in yoga. He works on motto of prevention is better than cure. His success rate count as on today is almost 100%. His efforts to bring the medical fraternity together called the voice of doctors. So I request such eminent personality to please enlighten us with your lecture. Please start, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Aarti, and thanks to all the team of Nima, right? Priyanka ma'am, Prajakta ma'am, and of course, Jake and all the secretaries and all the Nima committee members, central and state. And very, very special thanks to all the audience who have taken a time to listen to me and my experience and wanted to upgrade their knowledge in domain of medical. As we all know that today medical law become a very, very important aspect in the country. Changing era made its importance more and more as concern of doctor can be seen on media where patient wanted to disrepute a doctor for every smaller thing. I know very personally because in 20,000 issues which I have handled across the country, which has not gone to the court of law because of right time guidance to the people, that my doctor suffers only because of one reason, that they are not aware about medical. So ignorance is a cause of suffering, even Gautam Buddha has said. And that's the reason why time and again Nima Obgy tries to upgrade the knowledge to remove the ignorance from the people's mind so that they can do their confident practice, they can save themselves and be in peace whenever any complication happens, because that is not in their hand. Even Honorable Supreme Court has said, with the best to best hand, complication and death can happen because human body is a complex machine and medical science itself is a complex science. Hence, for every medical accident, even in the form of death, medical professional must not be held responsible criminally if they have taken all care which needed at that particular time to save the life or to bring patient out of coma. With this background, let me share you all my personal experience of handling these cases, where I found that 50% plus cases was related to gynec practice only. And of course, Nima Obgy, the organization who always look to their people from the background of Ayurveda, who has done PG in gynec, and their liabilities in respect to the medical practice. Definitely, in next 1 hour, I will try to remove all your doubts and try to make you understand the law of the land as it is. So let me start from basics of criminal law, because criminal law in medical practice was governed by old law of Indian Penal 1860, which has been now repealed from 1st July 2024, and we are governed by new law, which is known as Bharatiya Nyaya Sahita. The lawmaker has put their mind to make liabilities of every people when they violate the law of the land and criminally book them. And of course, BNNS, that is Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sahita, and Bharatiya Evidence Act has made it possible for speedy trial, and lots of changes has brought under these laws. In that respect, my friend, it is very, very important for every people who are here to know these laws which Parliament has already enacted and implemented in our country. I will definitely try to give insight of this law in respect to the gynec practice. Further to that, the laws which are governed by Parliament in the course of civil liability, which is the important law to be understand about Consumer Protection Act, and of course, the medical council. I'll give a touch upon to all the three laws with some of insights of that. But for me today, it is very important for you all people to make you understand about the Bharatiya Nyaya Sahita in respect to the gynecology. The new Bharatiya Nyaya Sahita has brought everything under the act and defined the crime as it is. Greatest plus point is that the exceptions which were there in earlier law are kept as it is. So we are having a benefit of exclusion clauses because exclusion clauses talks about what is not an offense. I will give example. While treating a patient with the prior consent of the patient for giving patient a life or removing from miseries of disease, even if at all patient dies, and doctor is treated under good faith with consent, is still been brought under exclusion clause. It says it is not an offense. So consent plays a vital role even to avoid criminal liability if you want to win the case in any court of law. That is going to be in your support. The new BNS has already defined documents where document they've included electronic document means today even WhatsApp communication, email communication, SMS communication are going to be treated as evidence in court of law, my friend. So when you are giving a treatment to the patient on WhatsApp, be aware that that can be cited during course of any of court law or court cases if goes against you. Anything you do, I still remember a latest case came where the violation of law done by one of the interior doctor who was from BMS background and doctor who has done PCPND. The sonography was from other background, that is homeopathic or BMS if I am not wrong, or something like that, have chatted on WhatsApp in respect to this. And that WhatsApp communication definitely become a troublesome to them. WhatsApp communication definitely is going to be the evidence in today's law. So any medical record kept electronically, which is naturally going to be the future of the country in digital health, are going to be treated as a document in respect to that. The major thing which you need to understand under BNS is the sections which applies to us. Older time, 191, 197, which talks about false information, which talks about giving a false certificate, are brought as it is with a 7 years punishment again under BNS law. So any medical certificate given as a evidence, if proven to be false, you will be troubled by the law. Like a death certificate, many of the time in hurry and worry, we try to give a false death certificate. So I will give an example very latestly if you have heard the example of Kalamboli, Mumbai, in a very video which got very viral in our country. That is this month only, where there was a pregnancy lady who was widow by her boyfriend, could be neighbor, having a 2 child, was brought to Mumbai for abortion from Pune. During the procedure, patient died. The mediator who brought the patient to this hospital, in connivance with the treating doctor, instead of going for the postmortem, taken a death certificate query. I'm not very clear about that, but taken the body to native place, where with a fear of getting caught under the law, the paramour, the boyfriend of that widow, and this lady has thrown the body in river. The 2 children of 5 years and 7 years, who was also with that lady and crying, was also thrown in a river alive, and all the 3 lost their life. During inquiry, when these things came, because father of that lady filed a complaint, police could able to reach to this hospital also, and action has initiated against the hospital and treating doctor. Even the council has suspended their medical registration, hospital registration, and recommended to medical council to take a action against the doctor in respect to medical registration. So in hurry and worry, if at all death certificate is given, which come down to be false, the punishment has been increased under the new law for wiping of evidence of crime or hiding the criminal. The new law again definitely need to be debated when we talk about the death due to negligence, because the word which is coined by the parliament was difficult to understand. Let me share you to make you more understand the law for you, to make you understand more clearly. I'm not going to go to every law, but I will just make you understand the few things which is important to you to understand. In short, documentation as said, now electronic document has brought under the purview of the same. They have brought the section when criminal act is done by several persons in furtherance of common intention of all, each of such person is liable. So even if at all anesthetic and gynaec are treating a patient, both will become liable. When they say whenever an act which criminally only by reason of being done with a criminal knowledge and intention, criminal knowledge is done by several persons, each of such person jointly will be like many of the people do recommend sex determination, which is illegal act. Many of the people do recommend MTP. If it not with the proper reason, then it becomes illegal. So any people who are involved, including the people, the mediator, the referrer, the treating doctor, everyone is going to be definitely been troubled under the law. In a punishment, they have brought for a frivolous punishment, smaller punishment. The community service also has been brought under the law. For your knowledge, sections which have been defined are very, very clearly defined under the law. As I said, journal exceptions are still kept as it is. Where majority of things has been brought back to the law, and where we were having a lots of sections which protect us. I'm not going to go in detail about that. But one thing which you remember, that with any consent, if at all treat, and that consent is voluntarily given by the patient, not illegally, then your safety become very, very positive under the new law. Surgery done where consent has not been taken in emergency, as no one was given, no one was available there to give a consent, and even if a death has happened, like in road traffic accident, then also they have been safeguarded. They have given one illustration. A surgeon in good faith communicates to the patient his opinion that he cannot lie. The patient dies in consequence of the shock. Doctor has not committed any offense. So many of the time, the communication which is done in a good faith is brought under the law that it is not an offense. So these are the things very, very importantly brought back to BNS, which plays a very, very important role in important to us. Abatement was brought back, like giving instruction on a phone to nurses to do a delivery of a patient when you are not available, thinking that normal delivery can happen. And if at all death has happened because of illiterate people doing delivery, not trained people doing delivery, then you will be held responsible for abating the crime. So many of the time, abatement plays a vital role. Doctor who referred a patient, not knowing the qualification of the doctor who is attending the patient in hospital, and if something goes wrong, the doctor can be held responsible for abating the crime. So that law is still there. in gynec practice, many of the time, abetment comes in a picture where for MTP, the guy say that DNC to be done, death happens, later proven that it is MTP done, and then it become a crime, and every people are going to be held responsible under the BNS Act. The BNS Act is very clear in that respect, and it is very well defined under the law. Abetment is a crime which you all need to know. Furtherance to that, let me give you idea about the cause happened because of the negligent death. Because death is not in our hand. But prior to that, let me give you idea about the gynec practice about miscarriage and other thing. Since we are not allowed to do MTP, but still you need to know what the law says about this. They very clearly said, whoever voluntarily causes a woman with a child to miscarry, shall, if such miscarriage be not caused in good faith, for purpose of saving a life of the woman, be punished with imprisonment either term, which may extend to 3 years, or with fine. And here, woman also is going to be the party because she has cooperated with abortion. But the more dangerous part, which every doctor should know, that if at all the same done without woman's consent. So what they said, whoever commit the offense under Section 88, that is miscarriage, without the consent of woman, whether the woman is quick with child or not, shall be punished with life or with imprisonment, either discretion or term which may extend to 10 years. So, my friend, now try to understand how seriously Parliament has taken this concept. If at all any delivery, any abortion or miscarriage done without woman's consent, then punishment is life also, 10 years also. Where the intent to cause miscarriage of woman with child does any act which causes death of the woman, then again imprisonment, either description which can 10 years. So during abortion also, if at all death has happened, the high punishment, the punishment in related to women is very seriously taken under this act. Whoever before the birth of any child does any act with intention by thereby preventing the child from being born alive, of causing it to die after its birth. Many of the time we do show as a stillbirth. And does such act prevent that child from being born alive or causes it to die after the birth, shall if such act is not caused in good faith. So that is the one plus point with that the good faith word was inserted for the purpose of saving a life of the mother, be punished with imprisonment of either discretion term extend to 10 years or fine. So now here, everywhere 10 years and life imprisonment, try to understand that. And if they said, in such a circumstances, if death has happened to the woman, then it can be treated as culpable homicide. Or if the death of quick child also. So culpable homicide, again, earlier we have seen 304, the knowledge, 10 years punishment. Same again was brought here as a 10 years punishment. I have got multiple cases where a delivery in unmarried girl has happened in many of the hospital, and girl don't wanted to take a child. And I found that many of the NGOs do approach to take the baby, or some of the parent who don't have a child approach. Many of the time nurses of the hospital have got a contact whom child to be given. And it was my experience that multiple times since my doctor are not aware about the law of the land, to allow such a baby and hand over to some of the parent without following the legal procedure. Now, here, this has been taken very, very seriously under the new law. And again, not only that, if at all child is abandoned after the birth, or child is left over there after the birth, then also it is a very severe crime and 7 years punishment. So don't ever, with innocency, indulge in such activity. If at all child has been left over and mother has gone, please follow the legal procedure and hand over to authorities so that legal adoption can be done by the parents who are legally needed that. Don't ever get involved, my friend. It is going to be very tough for you. Even disposing of the baby post-abortion can also, if not from legally, can be a punishable offense with a new law. So see how the lawmaker has brought the law so strict to give justice to the people. And if at all we read the old law, which was of 304A, which was saying that causing a death without intention with negligent act, has been now changed under the new law. If you see what new law says, it is really a debating point. It is really a debating point, but I am just I'm provoking your mind. I'm giving a thought which you can take hereafter and you can discuss in a group so that some solution can be brought. Now see how the lawmaker has put the word under the law. What they said, whoever causes death of any person by doing any rash or negligent act, which is normally in our case, not amounting to culpable homicide. So we don't do anything intentionally. So it does not come to culpable homicide means intention and knowledge. Now, if death happened during delivery, death happened because of injection of iron given anaphylactic reaction, death happened because of any reason in your hospital, where you're having no knowledge that particular drug is going to cause reaction. You don't have any knowledge that patient is going to die because of the act which you are doing. So you come under simple medical negligence. Now this negligence, what they say, shall be punished with imprisonment of either discretion or term, which may extend 5 years. Earlier it was 2 years. And shall also be liable to fine. So our word has gone. So now 5 years and fine. So 5 years punishment up to. And if such act is done by registered medical practitioner while performing medical procedure, he shall be punished with imprisonment of either discretion or term, which may extend to 2 years and shall also be life. So they have said for medical registered people, it is 2 years. So suppose car driver has dashed someone and guy has died, or contractor has not given a safety cover to the labor and some object fall and he died, then 5 years punishment. But for medical practice, the 2 years. But debating point, what is it? For the purpose of this section, registered practical practitioner means a medical practitioner who possesses any medical qualification recognized under NMC Act 2019. Now, where NCIM Act is there. So now Parliament then has missed all other acts. So it could be National Council of Indian Medicine, National Council of Homeopathy, that has not got part. So further what they said, and whose name has been entered in National Medical Register or State Medical Register under that act. So word that has changed whole horizon. That means NMC Act. Now, if at all, being a lawyer, I critically interpret this section. I always say it is definitely need to file a SLP in Supreme Court, making it ultra virus or representing to the Parliament for amending the act for all the people, because there could be some misses happen. Otherwise, if this is interpreted by the lawyer, then that word is going to denote NMC Act only. And you don't come under NMC Act. Homeopathic don't come under NMC Act.
In such
Homeopathy,
cases,
naturopathy, Siddha practitioner don't come under NMC Act. Yes?
sorry, sir. But in such cases, we find that this is completely injustice for our people.
It is injustice. It is injustice, but probably the parliament who passed have not debated that, because if you remember, during this law, when this law was passed in parliament, opposition has walked out. So there was no debate happened in the parliament. And further to that, when this act was brought under the domain of act, the draft was put on internet for the people to understand and put their objection. And surprisingly, no one has read the draft prior it has been put on parliament. And no one has thought that this could be such. And if we would have objected at those days, probably the parliamentarian or the people would have come about the other councils also. Now, because of this, it has become very difficult to say that where we come, where unanimity comes, where homeopathy comes, where Ayurveda comes. Because if that word would have not been there, then state medical register denotes everything, even to your state medical register. Now here the question of state is gone. Now state medical register of that act is NMC Act. Try to understand that. So this is a debating point, which everyone need to debate, put their ideas, so that something can be brought for other parties also. Otherwise, instead of 2 years, we will be governed by 5 years. So here they will be governed by 2 years, we will be governed by 5 years. And once it is the 5 years, we need to see that it is available or not available.
But now, sir, what we can do?
I said, now you can represent to parliament, you can file a SLP and make it ultra virus, so that central government should, like many of the surrogacy act got amended. If you know MTP Act, the woman definition was considered by Supreme Court, where they have not defined women and the unmarried woman was in trouble. You know the ART Act also. To many of the act, when it has gone to Supreme Court, then Supreme Court has actually interpreted and made it ultra virus. I don't know what stand Supreme Court is going to get, but when it is passed by Parliament, then one representation definitely can be done to Parliament to make it more clearer that what they mean by state medical register under that act. So we need to know about that to know is the other people have been brought under this act or not. But law is very clear. And further to that, if you see 105, what 105 says, with imprisonment of either description, where what they 10 years, with a fine, if the act done with the knowledge that it is likely to cause a death, but without any intention to cause a death. So older laws of 304 is still brought back. Like I'll give an example. Nurse in majority of hospital definitely may be trained, but may not have a registration. Now, if at all some doctor has advised on the phone to do a delivery by nurses who are experienced for 15 years, but don't have a nursing certificate, if that has happened, then she is going to be arrested under earlier 304, now 105. And doctor is also going to be arrested under 105 for abetting the same. Or cross-pathy practitioner who are doing a practice, or whichever state has not allowed Ayurveda to do allopathy practice, and in that state something has happened like that, where during the treatment given as a modern medicine treatment, leading to death, then in such a cases, the punishment is going to be 10 years. Up to 10 years. Here punishment is going to be up to 5 years. So these are the things which we need to understand. I'm trying to provoke you all, because you need to know what is happening and you need to think about the interpretation of the law. You need to represent yourself so that something can be brought in favor. Otherwise, if at all still we keep mum, then we need to accept whatever is that. I'll give you example. The same law, I have not shown you that chapter, but let me show you to make you more clear in that. If you read the same section, part 2.
106.
Now see that what law has done. Whoever causes death by any person by rash and negligent driving of vehicle not amounting to culpable homicide and escape without reporting it to the police officer or a magistrate soon after accident shall be punished with imprisonment either discriminated term which is extend to 10 years. Now, this was added where truck driver has done the strike, if you all remember, before this was, when this was passed, and truck driver has made an issue across the country. And they said they have created a pressure. They said that if at all we stay there, we will be killed by the mob. We don't have any option to run away from the spot. And in that case, it is 10 years, it is too much. And because truck strike was there, country got affected very badly because transport got stuck. The cabinet has decided to suspend this particular provision for time being, and under notification, this was suspended. So when this can be suspended, why can't 5 years? I am just trying to provoke you all
Yes.
so that
Yes.
you can understand the power of unity, power
Yeah.
of where truck driver have shown the unity, and they got the result in their favor in spite of act got enacted. Now you can understand how unity plays the vital. So you
Yes.
have to think on that corner
Definitely,
also.
sir. Definitely.
So
Our
something can be.
association will lead in this case. And of course, you are with us, so we will
I
be.
am always there. Don't worry about that. But I am trying to make you all understand because you should know the law. See, when I have given a seat to think, definitely the
Hmm.
people who are attending the session are going to discuss with all their friends, and there could be awareness. Main is awareness. When there's awareness, definitely people will come together to fight for that. So try to
Yes.
understand that. So that's the reason I'm putting a seat to you all people so that you start thinking on that, how this law has been interpreted, by what it is interpreted, and how it is going to be go, and what need to be done. So definitely, my friend, it is important for you to understand the law. So when criminal liability comes, one thing is great that Honorable Supreme Court judgment still holds good. So in criminal medical negligence, today also, you are not going to be arrested on the spot. It need to be referred to expert by the committee. Expert will opinize on that particular part. If it comes in your favor, case is closed. If not in favor, we need to follow the law of the land. So in criminal liability, my friend, we have got very positive thing that Honorable Supreme Court has protected every single doctor in this country. And that's the reason we are enjoying the cake in that particular corner. So that comes with the criminal liability, right? But the similar time, try to understand the civil liability. Honorable Supreme Court has said every frivolous case, also a simple medical negligence. I'm not going to frivolous, sorry, I'll take my word back. Every simple medical negligence case is actionable under consumer fora. So when they talked about medical negligence or criminal, they spoke about gross. For civil, they said simple medical negligence. So today, to all my doctor, my friend, please be aware with the civil liability. I will give you a few examples to make you understand. I have got a case where patient died during cesarean death, and complainant has filed a case for 30 crores. I've got a case where injection leaded to septicemia, intramuscular injection leaded to septicemia. Complainant has filed a case of 28 crores. 5 crores are very common now in country in every deficiency where patient is alive. I got a case where there was a fight between mother-in-law and mother of that lady who got pregnant. Now, lady wanted to get delivered to mother's place, newly married. Sasu wanted to deliver to her gynecologist. Sasu won, she got delivered, cesarean was done, and from the day of delivery, she started complaining about backache and various other problems because she was not trusting a doctor, and make the life of her husband hell. I know, just to prove that he doesn't have any connection with the gynecologist. He filed a case against the gynecologist for tune of 5 crores to satisfy the wife. Such a cases are going in court of. So in civil liability, first thing you remember, upper level of asking compensation has gone. Second, has law been modified from 86 to 2019, the complainant jurisdiction is changed in our country. Today, complainant can file a complaint where he reside over for again. So I have got multiple cases where things done at Delhi, case has filed at Kerala, treatment done at Mumbai, case has filed in Kashmir. So now, if you are treating a patient in your territory, if patient is a migrant worker or stay somewhere in other state, your case can be filed in that state. Means across the country, you need to have a legal support. So that is a new law. Advertisement has been very severely brought under the act. So you cannot give ambiguous advertisement. You cannot give luring advertisement. You cannot give misleading advertisement. That is another changes. Filing a complaint become absolutely free of cost for every single patient who has paid bill up to 5 lakhs rupees. In 95% cases, patient's bill does not cross 5 lakhs rupees. So if bill is less than 5 lakh rupees in medical expenses, patient did not have to pay single penny for filing a case. Email sitting at home can be done by the complainant in consumer fora, in criminal court, in medical counsel. So email complaint becomes reality today. Lots of changes is brought under consumer fora also, my friend. So liability, but it also with civil liability in form of Consumer Protection Act 2019 and Law of the Torts in Civil Code. So today, my friend, I still remember Nagpur's case where patient was not happy with renowned gynecologist in Nagpur, but he don't want to have a compensation. So he filed 1 rupee compensation case, just 1 rupee compensation case in civil court. Because if at all he would have, for 1 rupee, no court fee was needed. But prayer was that to the court that declare doctor as a negligent in a treatment. So just to prove his case that doctor was negligent, he filed a case in civil court, my friend. So people can file a court case in civil or in consumer fora for want of compensation, my friend. Medical council, yes, we all know that state medical council governs our medical registration. So patient have got all the right to file a complaint for unethical practice, or now they have brought medical negligence because as domain of power for misconduct to medical council also, and medical council can also suo moto take action and create a problem for you all. So my friend, liability in law is not only with the criminal, but to the extent with the consumer court and also with the medical council. If at all you need to have a defenses, I repeatedly in every session recommend these things to all my medical practice. To you again, I will narrate in 5 minutes. First thing, focus on your medical record. If you are good in medical record, my friend, believe me, nothing is going to happen. And medical record, you need to preserve for 3 years as per the minimum 3 years. IPD, OPD paper need to be preserved by every medical practitioner practicing in this country. Of course, we advise for 5 years, that is different thing. But 3 years is as per the law. In MLC cases, till the time case ends, You need to have a paper. You will not have any excuses. So maintain a medical record. Poor medical record, poor defense. No medical record, no defense. Good medical record, my friend, good defense. So focus on medical record, my friend. If you got I have won multiple cases in this country only because medical record was good. I could able to justify the treatment, the due care to the court, and I have won the case because due care need to be proven in the court of law, which I could able to get a benefit during my argument. So your medical record should be good. Second defense, in today's era, where reputation of every doctor is important, my recommendation that never ever allow cases getting registered against you. If any case get registered against you, it become public document, my friend, and anyone can put on internet. And if your name is typed, your case will come. You will lose your patient in digital era, my friend. So, for avoiding all this, you need to have a medical legal expert on fingertip, my friend. You need to have a medical legal services to protect you. Reason I will tell you. This medical legal expert or medical legal service provider helps you in pre-litigation, where if at all any cases comes against you, if you discuss with medical legal expert, they will help in auditing your medical record. They will help you in handling the case. They will guide you what needs to be done. They will guide you how to speak to the patient. Even if at all you receive the notice, they will help you in answering the notice in such a way that it does not go in court of law. That we have done for 20 years, my friend, in all 20,000 issues, and proudly say that none has gone to the court of law. Timely support. During litigation, suppose during delivery death has happened or any complication happened, we are in technology world, my friend. Speak to your medical legal service provider. Call your medical legal expert. Understand how to handle the mob, how to declare a death, how to handle the scenario situation. Exchange your medical record on technology platform. Make it foolproof before you declare a death, because postmortem, if done, your record will be immediately asked by the police. And then you don't have any chance to make your record. So try to revisit your medical record and understand from your medical legal service provider or medical legal expert. Yes, post litigation, as I said, my advocates are very good, but they struggle with hypoxia, they struggle with neurotoxicity, nephrotoxicity, and there, if at all you got a lawyer from medical background, you are in a best hand, my friend, and all drafting and documentation and argument is in foolproof way where there's no chance of losing a case. So pre-litigation, post-litigation, during litigation, including the recovery of the money, including sending a defamation notice, including everything, you are going to be safeguarded, my friend. So my request as a second defense, have a medical legal service provider on fingertip. For Nima, we have tied up with a doctor's risk medical legal services who are going to provide, who are already providing medical legal services from 2003 onwards. For all Nima members, these services are available through Doctors Risk, and which can be found from Doctors Risk website, where you can just go to doctorsrisk.com, register yourself with all details, log in with your ID password, and you will find every services available there for you, including medical legal tips, including question answer, including appointments, including getting a track of all your medical legal issues or legal issues, and including all the events for upgradation knowledge under that. It's a very simple procedure. You just need to open a doctors.com, click on register button, register. Nima code is NIMA. So when they ask for organization code, just put Nima, NIMA, and enter and register yourself. You will be under Nima platform. If you want to buy a policy for indemnity, you just click to the policy and buy on Nima rate, because Nima has provided very economic rate to all Nima members, which is almost less than 60% of the market rate. Nima has negotiated to extreme, and so Nima gynec people can get their professional indemnity and medical legal services in tune of just few thousand rupees for a year. Please go with that, because third defense, which I strongly recommend to every Nima OBGI people, to have a professional indemnity policy, preferably from government insurance company, because we get very rarely reputation of the claim. Private company, I don't say that they're not good, but I recommend the government insurance company. So Nima has tied up with the New India Assurance Company, one of the topmost company of the country. New India is number one insurance company in claim settlement also. So Nima has tied up with New India Assurance Company to provide one of the best professional indemnity policy to their member in very peanut amount. You will shock and surprised to see the rates Nima has negotiated and brought for their people. Very simple. You can go to doctorsrisk.com, click to the register button, put your detail. In organization code, you mention NEMA, login, go to policy, click there, you will find NEMA rate, and then you can buy the policy. So that policy comes inbuilt with a comprehensive medical legal services. So naturally, complete defense in civil court. So you did not have to pay a legal fees across the country. You need not have to pay for any number of cases happening in a year. You did not have to pay upfront because the policy is cashless. You need not have to worry because policy comes with latest technology coverage. LASIK, laser, everything is covered. It comes with various cosmetic coverage and with out-of-court settlement. One of the beautiful policy offered by New India Assurance Company, which NEMA, central head and state head has already negotiated, and under the contractual liability of contract, they have tied up, and it is available for you all people, my friend. So please do take one. Even if you got a policy already with you, take another, because IRD ruling says that if you got two policies, both will come together and help you, and coverage become double. So definitely go with that policy, even if you got one policy. Even if you got a policy, go with that, because you will get inbuilt medical legal services, which will help you to avoid the cases across the country. And let me tell my friend, I am there to help you all. So not to worry about that, because I am the one person who tied up with all your state and central people to bring such a policy through India for NEMA, OBGY also for gynec policy. Truly visit that. Yes, have a good communication with every stakeholder. You will be safeguarded. And upgradation of medical knowledge is essential aspect in medical practice. So your policy or your registration with the doctor is by default is going to help you with all medical legal tips, all events, all media, all support. I have taken a huge number of sessions across the country. In OPD paper, I have taken 3 sessions. IPD paper, I have taken many sessions. Consent, I have taken many sessions. My lectures are also available there. So once you register with doctors.com, you will easily access all that, and you will be notified about various event happening. If at all I am talking on MTP Act, PCPNDT Act, Surrogacy Act, ART Act, anything, you will be notified through NEMA, and you can take advantage of that. Nima OBGY can also promote this to their people, and their people can be part to that particular policy with medical legal services defined by Nima. My friend, we are in a world where we need to have a good support system. I said, when you are not expert in finance, you always outsource the CA. I always say, when you're not expert in something, you outsource it. So in medical law, you outsource it and do a peaceful practice, my friend. People are there to take care of you, and you can earn name and fame and avoid a litigation against you. Yes, Nima has also tied up for error omission policy, means hospital indemnity policy, which is available, which covers all paramedical stops, mistakes of paramedical stops, all visiting consultantry or hospital whose negligence can lead to hospital issues. Also, it covers every partner, directors, everyone. So that indemnity policy or hospital policy available, because with the new law, 90% liability is going to go to the hospital in any negligence cases. 10% goes to consultant. So you need to protect your hospital also. So have such a great support system which NEMA has already provided you. And take advantage of NEMA's effort, which they have already taken a long battle, negotiated, brought to you. Take advantage. And even if you got a policy, please go today and do that registration, which can help you a lot to safeguard your interest in today's world. My friend, I know I am crossing over the time and it is running very fast and lots of questions are there on chat box, which I need to deal. So I stop here with my experience and knowledge and I go to chat box to just take your questions and try to make you understand about various aspects of law which you wanted to know in domain of medical law. So let me open a chat box for you, my friend.
Sorry, sir, disturbing you. Before question and answer.
So let me go with the first question. Prajakta, Acha, Nima, Abhishek, Mahek, no. Abhishek has asked, anyone having a question or doubt, they put in chat box. Subhangi has got a question, death patient without any intention of a doctor. Is this case with the section is given? Yes, I have already elaborated a lot. Intention is not there, but negligence, if it is proven, then definitely up to 5 years. Or if it is with the knowledge, then 10 years. Bridge has asked, according to NMC Act, we are not RMP. In that case, should we practice any kind of surgery? Are we immune by any law in the state of Maharashtra? Very well known to you, Bridge. We are governed by MMP Act in Maharashtra, and any act is superior in this country. Even Honorable Supreme Court have to interpret the law. So when your state act is state has got the power to regulate the health sector. So state has made a law under MMP Act where Section 25 provision of 5 and 4 has been inserted with all effort done by many of the organizations, including NIMA, during the course of this amendment, which is done in 2014. According to that, you are allowed to do allopathic practice, modern medicine practice, even the latest technologies, latest learning which you have done. So not to worry about state of Maharashtra, my friend. And RMP already you have been defined under Drugs and Cosmetic Act. So need not have to worry, because if it gives in court of law, all the act are going to be presented to the court and you can be safeguarded. So not to worry about definition which differs in some places. Dr. Mayak, sir, how can we manage OPD record and after treatment, normal delivery or surgery? Till how many years? As I said, legally you need to preserve for 3 years, which is as per the law, but we advise for 5 years. And you need to manage OPD record because new law definitely talks about OPD record and various judgment has started coming in a country where OPD record has got importance now as a medical record. So you need to be very focused. You need to decide how to maintain OPD record. I have already spoken for OPD paper in one of my session elaborately, which is for, or you can go on doctors.com, register yourself and find that lecture and you can be benefited, where I have spoken about in length how OPD record can be maintained. Sandeep, sir, what should be done if married women below 18 years come for the delivery? Should we accept the case and refer to the hospital? Sandeep, you can very well accept and do the thing by informing the authority, because law says under POCSO law, the second question again was of the same. POSCO very clearly says that age of child is 18 years. Even the new law, BNS, have moved from 16 to 18 in a rape cases. So now 18 is going to be age for women in rape case also, or in case of POSCO also. So if at all any child below 18 years comes to you for delivery, you can do the delivery, but intimate police, because the accused, even if married, is going to get arrested under the law, because law is very strict in that particular concern. They are going to arrest the husband also, or the person, once you intimate under the rape law, under the POSCO law, and they will be allowing you to do delivery. By intimating, you can go. If it is 18 years, 2 months delivery, then also inform. 18 years, 9-month delivery, conception, if happened before 18 years, then also inform. So, if at all you have got doubt of the patient's identity or age, take a Aadhaar card, self-signature to prove her age, but you need to be very careful, and the same applies under POSCO law, where you are duty bound to inform, otherwise punishment is 1 year. Smita, at OPD level practice, clinic level practice, we give paper to patient how to save. Smita, I have already spoken on OPD for 1 hour or 2 hours, probably in 2-3 lectures. Probably you'll go to doctors.com, register yourself, you'll find such a lecture. I've spoken a lot how OPD paper need to be, what are the things you need to write on OPD paper, which is going to be safeguard you in a court of law, and how much time and what way it can be preserved. So everything in a laboratory talk there in very short time. It will be very difficult for me to narrate all this to you, because I have already crossed 1 hour of yours. But I will definitely request, go on doctors.com, register yourself with the Nima organization. You will be having access to anything and everything. You can reach to me, Priyanka ma'am or the organizer will put my number on your WhatsApp group also. You can call me, you can WhatsApp me, you can email me. I will help you to all the participants who are participating here to understand that. Are we eligible to claim the indemnity in case where we are targeted being Ayurveda, gynecologist or surgeon? Yes, why not? Because if at all insurance company is giving insurance, they know what they are giving. They say only thing that legally you should be allowed. Now, law of the land of Maharashtra, if you see MMP Act 1961, if it is allowed and we are going to argue the matter and we are going to prove that yes, it is allowed, then no insurance company is going to repudiate your claim. Rumina Khan, sir, we Ayurveda OPG practitioners except Maharashtra not allowed for LNCS if labor patient came to emergency like do or die condition. What we can do for that such a cases if suppose we refer the patient to higher center during transportation die or stillbirth happens, what will happen to see what law says? You need to do emergency treatment, whatever was possible for you at the particular time, if it is not allowed. If you don't do emergency treatment, again, it will be under the law. You see, BNS Act. BNS Act has brought not treating emergency patient in various sections they have put is going to be offense now. So important is that you give a primary treatment and immediately do whatever is possible to save the life of the patient. So you will be safeguarded under emergency scenario situation. Till the time NMC Act is suspended or modified in favor of organized surgeon, should we keep on practicing or stop practicing surgery for time being? Bridge choice is yours. How you take this session, how you learn the law, how you interpret the law. It is on individual to understand the law. I have tried to transparently explain everything to you all. I have tried to bring a confidence in you. In spite of that, if it was some fear with anyone, it is your, but in my opinion, I don't think that one should stop a practice because law is there to favor a doctor, not against the doctor. So never stop your practice. You are being protected under the law of the land. Mehak, sir, how can we reach to court for legislation of gynaec OBGY surgeries? We are also MS. I said you can go to various forum. Nima is already fighting. Your NCIM are very lenient. They are coming out with various law. If you all remember, they have brought for surgeon 48 surgeries which is allowed. They are allowing now various state also. They are also interested in integrated. Now you can approach to your own central council. They are going to approach on behalf of you to central government. Definitely law is going to come. Even for 106, you can represent to your NCIM to take a clarification, and they can reach to the central government and bring something for you. If law is not in favor of us, who will listen to us? Don't ever play with your mind, my friend Bridge. Law is always for the doctor. It is not a favor and non-favor. So please look to the law as it is. Don't ever get feared with law. Now let me give an example to you, Bridge. Before BNS came on 1st July 2024. Before 1st July 24, IPC law was there. Are you are not practicing? Or any of members sitting here are not practicing? Many years you have practiced because you are very confident that what you are doing is absolutely right on law. Why you should get a fear with today's? From 1st July 2024 onward, you say now in favor. So earlier it was in favor. So same favor is going to continue. So don't, to all my members here, please don't ever play with your mind. Don't get demotivated. Don't feel yourself inferior. Law is there to protect you. Law is always there for you. Don't worry about, take law as a positive aspect and do your ethical practice. Nothing is going to happen to you, my friend. Sandeep, can doctor also possess LLB degree, enroll as advocate and practice? No, not at all, Sandeep. I have surrendered my medical degree in 2012 because Bar Council very clearly says you can practice only one profession. Medical Council may say that you can do n number of professions, but Bar Council does not allow you. So if you want to practice law degree, you have to surrender your medical degree. Mahek, are we allowed to practice surgeries in Haryana state? I need to look to Haryana state law, my friend. Mahek, if at all, like Maharashtra state, they have notified, then no one can stop you. Jagrati Patil, if unmarried girl is suffering from heavy menstrual bleeding and is diagnosed as incomplete abortion by radiologist advised by us, and our name was there on a USD report as referred doctor, and she was a minor when got conceived, yes, you are legally bound to do MLC. The POSCO law says if you come across or suspect, the two word, if you come across or suspect sexual offense against child, you are mandated to intimate the police. So if you do UPT in unmarried, if you come across incomplete abortion in minor, no option because you already know that sexual offense has happened against the child. So your duty is there to inform.
Mishra, sir.
Can we deny? Yes,
Hello,
yes.
sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, few documents I have shared with you on WhatsApp. If you can share on the screen, so we can unmute Dr. Manoj Yadav, who want to ask something to you regarding that matter. Dr. Prajakta or Dr. Abhishek, please unmute Dr. Manoj Yadav.
Yes,
Oh.
ma'am.
Abhishek, please share the documents.
Unmuted, ma'am. Sir, you can ask your question.
Hello,
Yeah,
good
Manoj,
evening,
tell
sir.
me.
Sir, I want to ask few things. Sir, we
Yeah.
have put our document to PMO office about the surgery, and they have referred that document to the NCICM. And NCICM clearly told that have been mentioned in 34(3)(b), and I have posted that also. So can we practice in our state of UP if law does not persist in UP? In UP, they are not giving any permission separate for surgery. They are saying a limited thing for the surgery, but central law has given all the powers. So can we practice in UP based on this central act?
Manoj, I'll tell you again, let me repeat the same for you also. The health comes under concurrent list. Concurrent means where central can make a law and state can make a law.
Yes, sir.
Or state has got all the power to regulate health sector in their territory where center is not going to interfere. So if state has made some law
Mhm.
to regulate the health sector, then
Mhm.
it need to be respected. Now in
Yes.
your territory, state has,
Mhm.
like in Maharashtra, as I said,
Mhm.
MMP Act very categorically enacted by Assembly, and they have
Mhm.
already inserted provision 4 and 5 in section 25, and very clearly defined
Mhm.
that postgraduate doctor under BMS are
Mhm.
allowed to use latest technology, latest knowledge for the treating a patient.
Mhm.
Now you need to read the UP law. Center may allow you. Center is definitely going to allow you. But
Mhm.
state how much and what limitation. You need to check to that. Unless I go to all the documents, probably I'll not be able to justify my answer to you. You
Okay,
can
sir.
share whatever WhatsApp I have got and whatever document you have got. You can share me on my WhatsApp
Okay,
number
sir.
you
Okay,
will
sir.
get for Priyanka. I can
One thing,
read the
one thing.
document in detail and I can help you in that one.
Okay, sir. One thing more I want to ask, sir. That in UP there is only a generalized law. There is not any law for postgraduate, and we have asked
So
to amend
whatever
about the post.
generalized law is there, whatever, see, unless I read the law as
Okay.
enacted by UP government,
Mhm.
today if you ask me a question, probably I'll not be able to give a justification to your question.
Mhm.
In short time of 3 minutes and 5 minutes, probably it will not be possible for lawyer to read the paper, interpret and give the idea. So my request is that I definitely concern about your question and concern about you also. Priyanka, even I will tell you, share my number, let him call me, let him
Yeah,
detail,
definitely.
share all the paper.
Definitely.
So I probably will able to interpret the law given for BMS there, and I can read in together the central law also, and then I can give some justification to our friend.
Okay.
Okay.
If anyone wants to have direct communication with Dr. Arun Mishra, sir, please raise your hands. You can directly ask your questions. Okay. Dr. Rumin
Yeah.
Khan, please unmute Dr. Rumin Khan.
Yes, Rumin Khan, you can unmute yourself and speak.
Uh,
Can you hear me?
Dr. Romina, please.
okay. Now I'm audible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're audible.
सर एक्चुअली हमारे स्टेट में एक्चुअली क्या है कि महाराष्ट्र में जैसे अलाउ है एलएसीएस करना, तो हमारे छत्तीसगढ़ में सर अलाउ नहीं है। तो हम कैसे उसको आगे मतलब प्रोसीड कर सकते हैं टू अलाउ अस टू डू द एलएसीएस?
आप रिप्रेजेंटेशन कीजिए ना असेंबली में। आपके पास नीमा ने जितने भी स्टेट में रिप्रेजेंटेशन करके अलाउ करके लिया है, उन सारे
जी
स्टेट
जी
का एग्जांपल लेके आप वहाँ हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री को रिप्रेजेंट कीजिए, असेंबली में लॉ बना देंगे।
ओके सर।
आप एमएलए
तो
को पकड़िए, वहाँ के एमएलए ही
जी
लॉ
जी
बनाते हैं ना स्टेट में,
जी जी जी
तो
सर।
एमएलए के थ्रू क्वेश्चन रेज कीजिए असेंबली में।
ओके
प्राइवेट बिल
सर।
लेके आएंगे या फिर असेंबली में क्वेश्चन रेज होगा तो डिस्कशन होगा। उनको भी तो डॉक्टरों की जरूरत है ना।
जी सर, जी सर। तो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि कौन कौन से डॉक्यूमेंट्स लगेंगे, जैसे नीमा का आपने बोला, और कौन कौन से डॉक्यूमेंट्स हमको
कोई
लगेंगे?
डॉक्यूमेंट की जरूरत नहीं है ना, मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ ना, बाकी स्टेट को अलाउ किया है तो आपके सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने जो अलाउ किया वो डॉक्यूमेंट दे। वो
अच्छा।
एनसीआईएम के भी बहुत सारे डॉक्यूमेंट है।
जी 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 सर।
और नीमा खुद ही बहुत एग्रेसिव ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है बेटा।
जी
आप
जी जी
नीमा
सर।
पदाधिकारियों से बात करोगे तो यू विल गेट ऑल द हेल्प। लीगल
ओके।
जहां सपोर्ट लगेगी आप मुझे बोलिए।
जी
बाकी
बिल्कुल सर।
नीमा बहुत ही कैपेबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन
ओके सर, एक्चुअली आई वांट योर सपोर्ट सर फॉर इन दैट
है। मैं
केस।
रहूंगा ना लीगल के लिए।
जी सर।
आप ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से बात कीजिए, लीगल के लिए मेरा सपोर्ट 100% रहेगा।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
Thank you. Dr. Aarti ma'am, you want to ask some questions?
Yeah, sir, I just want to ask that there are three questions actually. Can we deny the any kind of communication like email, WhatsApp message as far as the treatment part is
Yes, you
concerned?
can. It is your right.
Okay. And then second question is, where do we stand in that ART Act actually? Are we even allowed to use those hormonal injections which are used for stimulation in IVF? Because
You need to read ART Act. But I will tell you, definitely some limitations are there because they have defined a qualification very
Yes,
specifically and categorically.
yes.
Yeah,
Like
even for
MTP
the
Act has
level one
defined the
IUI and level two IUI, they have mentioned for the basic level one IUI also, we need a PCP entity. And that is the actually the problem with us. Unless and until we have the PCP entity, we cannot practice IUI also.
Yes, but even can we use those injections even if we are not doing
There
the
are
IUI?
limitations. There are limitations regarding the unless you have that ovulation study at your home ground, at your own hospital, you can't. Such
Okay.
injections that we require close means a protocol, following protocol for the ovulation stimulation, then we can't.
Okay, and the third,
As far as the medical medicines are concerned, yes, definitely you can, like letrozole, clomiphene, it's okay. But if you are using GnRH agonist and all such things to stimulate the means to ovulate for the ovulation induction, then definitely you require that.
okay, yeah, thank you. And the third question is, can you, sir, just elaborate regarding the laws of advertisement by doctor? Means,
Yeah, I'll tell you, I have already said three: luring advertisement, ambiguous advertisement, and doctor. This doctor means I'm talking about journal. Doctor is governed by council. So the council said you do not advertise. Now, if many of the time center advertise. So CP Act 2019 says that if there's advertisement is ambiguous, like up to 50% discount is ambiguous. You give 20%, you write up to. That is not going to accept it. Luring, where you lure a patient at 100% guarantee, we will refund the money. Or misleading, which again comes in that concept. Then first punishment is 10 lakh up to 10 lakh rupees. Second punishment up to 50 lakhs rupees, and thereafter jail punishment. And out of 140 crore population, anyone can complain. So if you put something on your website or print material or on file or on WhatsApp or Instagram, if your rival has seen that, your rival also can complain. Online complaint is enough. CCA, the Consumer Protection Authority, will visit you. They will interpret that even if they find that there's a violation of that law, and up to 10 lakh penalty is the first penalty.
okay.
Okay, Dr. Sandeep Kaur, please unmute.
Hello,
Yeah.
am I audible?
Yes,
हाँ,
sir.
Yes.
sir, I want to ask that in one of the previous answers, you said that it is mandatory for us to inform to authorities about the underage girl who is means if we suspect any pregnancy or a UPT is positive. But if sir, in case if our parents don't want us to inform,
Then
they want
also,
to keep it a secret, then
then
what should be
also,
done if they pressurize
then
us that do
also,
not inform?
then also,
Okay.
any contract against the law is null and void. Even they give in writing, then also is
Oh,
null and void.
okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Oh, okay. Anybody else who wants to ask directly? Raise your hands.
There are some questions in chat box remaining.
Okay, please proceed.
Yeah, Dr.
Yeah,
Kalyani.
we have Dr. Pallavi just raised the hand. I think we should take hers first.
Okay.
Pallavi, just unmute yourself. Dr.
Dr.
Pallavi
Pallavi
Pandey.
Pandey, please.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hello.
Pallavi,
audible.
bolo
Am
na.
I audible, sir?
Yeah, beta, tell me.
Yes.
Yes. So you know me well. So
Yeah.
yes, I have a concern about this. If the previous two LSCS for elective LSCS third time, and the baby was diagnosed of a heart disease later on after 6 months, and she died unfortunately, then what will be the liabilities for us to be
Nothing. So
the
for baby
TL?
growth, you're not responsible. You're responsible only for the delivery.
Okay, then TL, after that we have done a TL. The TL is
TL with
the,
consent, if I had done, there's no question, na, because otherwise two child was there already.
okay, okay, there will be no concern about us
No, because
if the
she
baby
is
is
already
died.
having a two child for with LSCS, the previous,
Yes,
and with consent she has given, na. There's no
yes,
question. There's nothing.
okay, Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Abhishek. Dr. Abhishek. Yes, we have a surprise questions for all the delegates, so I think you should proceed with that first, and then we will carry on the question answer session.
Sure, ma'am.
Yes.
Prajakta Patil, ma'am, to continue.
Yes.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Dr. Abhishek. So we have a surprise question for everyone. And the first one who will give answer to this question will receive a prize from Nima Obgy Society. So let me share the question. You have to share the answer to my WhatsApp number, and the first one who will share that will get the prize.
Prajakta,
Let
give
me
your
just
WhatsApp
share the
number on
document.
screen.
Yes, I have made the PPT. Just a second, ma'am.
Is it possible, Dr.
You can
Prajakta?
take a question till the time she's searching for the PPT. Someone
Yes,
can take
I
a
am
question
just
from the chat,
start.
please.
Yeah.
Or should I
Is
go
the
to chat?
screen visible?
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, you can take the questions till that time. I'll just start the screen
Okay.
Or
sharing
you can
from
So
give
my
it to
side.
there is
Dr.
a
Vishwas sir
question
and he
from
will share for you.
Next
Kalyani. Are we allowed to use, or that has been answered? Vasuprada, is it illegal in case if the doc suspect UPT has to be done, but patient denied consent for the same, fearing any reason and USG facility are unavailable to? What has to be done, sir? See, you need not have to go and compel a patient for anything and everything. Patient has also got a right to deny the things. Where if at all patient is not ready to follow your instruction, the negligence on the part of the patient, you are not going to be held responsible. So let patient go to some other doctor, do whatever, because even if at all she get progressive pregnancy later to be diagnosed, you will not be held responsible in that case. Not to worry about that. Can we do DNE for incomplete abortion, missed abortion, and we can perform procedure like a table? See, it seems last lecture it has been elaborately discussed. See, procedure no harm, but MTP you need to be very careful. So where incomplete abortion also comes, many of the time interpretation done by the police authority that it is abortion done. So you need to be double sure in such a cases because you need to have proper evidences to that. So MTP word itself very categorically said medical termination of pregnancy. So when there's no live pregnancy, it cannot be said to be a termination. So that is going to be argued in court of law if at all such good lawyer is there. But my advice for double safety, avoid any DNC in incomplete abortion. Even if it is allowed to you, try to avoid such issues because it can cause because police authorities interpret the way they want. Thank you, sir. Clearing doubt. Bridge. Aarti, where do we stand? We have already answered. Mahek, thank you, sir. I have attended your lecture first time. Thank you, Mahek, for appreciating. Kalyani, we have already answered. Aarti, can we deny? We have already answered. Aarti, you asked the question. Jagruti, we have already answered your question. So it seems every question has been taken. So I don't think there is any question remain in chat box.
Anything else that delegates want to ask? Otherwise, Prajakta just.
Otherwise, directly you ask the question and relieve.
Yeah.
Because people are leaving and many people who are left will lose their prizes. Because their
Yes,
time
Otherwise,
is
sir will
gone
send
and
to all of them.
They have crossed 10 border, threshold is crossed, and now it is 10:30 almost. So you can orally ask the question and tell them to answer. That's simple.
Prajakta, orally ask it and give the
Yes.
option orally.
Okay. Is my screen visible or no?
No.
Still not.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay, don't worry.
You
Okay.
dictate your number, na WhatsApp number. So
Yeah, I
people
will first
type it.
dictate. Yeah, I will first dictate my WhatsApp number and then immediately ask the question. So kindly note down. My number is 9930158441. 9930158441. Dr. Abhishek, kindly send my number in the chat box also. So now the first one to answer this on my WhatsApp will deserve the prize. So the question is like this. In normal scenario, how many days does medical records needs to be preserved? So I'll repeat the question. In normal scenario, how many days does medical records need to be preserved? So you can message the answer to me. I have
People, if heard
started
me properly,
receiving.
I have taken this answer.
Yes, I have started
Pallavi
receiving the
wrong.
answers actually. Yes,
Pallavi right.
yes. Yes,
Very simple question you asked.
yes.
Okay, sir. Just one question from my side also. Sir, most of the times we have seen the government scheme that has been allotted to the private hospitals that they do not means prefer Ayurvedic surgeons to get operated or get authorized for that. So, in such conditions, that the TPA who are means engaged with these schemes, how to deal with such situations, or what should we do for that purpose so that
Give
our people.
representation. See, lawmaker has got everything. Unless you put a representation to them to clarify the same and transparently do a promotion to all the patient, it will not be beneficial with all Mahatma Phule and other things and all. See, ultimately, NEMA as a collectively need to represent to all like what they have done in the past with every act. To all these
Sir,
people,
I
the
argued with
authority.
them. Even I have given the documents also in the COVID when I was having this both
You
the
need
schemes.
to do agitation, Priyanka ji. Simply
Yes.
sending who is going to read a document, tell me in the ministry.
Sir, but they allowed it during that COVID session, you know.
They
And
are going to
after
allow
that,
now also.
again the PPA
They are
change
going
and
to
they
allow
have.
now also. Don't worry.
Yeah. Pardon?
They are going to allow now also. But you
Yes.
need to represent and tell them to transparently inform the citizen about the benefit they are going to get even with these doctors.
Yes, I am doing the same. Actually,
Great,
I have
great.
given them the letter also, and hope so they will answer.
You are
something.
going to get an answer. Don't worry. You very strong lady. I know. I know you can bring a result. When you have created such a great platform of Nima Obgy, I know everything is possible.
Because of the people, my seniors are standing, my colleagues are standing with me.
So that's the reason, but one leader need to be there. And luckily, Nima has got multiple leaders. So great with Nima.
Okay, sir. Thank you
Even
so
Pallavi
much.
said Priyanka ma'am is just great leader. The appreciation coming for you, ma'am.
They all are my good friends, my colleagues, even I love all the members because they supported us very in every situation, you know. Right from the starting from zero, we are standing here at the most active association. So thanks a lot to all my members.
And
The
thank you,
credit
if
goes
at
to
all
all
done,
of
ma'am.
them.
So we can wind up because people may be running late. And thank you all for my presence. I thank all the NEMA state and central leaders and especially NEMA OBGY, all the stalwarts who have allowed me to share my experience. Hope I have done my justice to all the students who have attended, learners
Sir,
who
I
attended.
think one more question was there left. Can we do the, I think Dr. Smita Patil, can we do laparoscopic kinect surgeries? What are our limitations in lap hysteroscopy?
See, I will tell you very simple word, Smita. MMP Act 2000 sorry, 1961 Amendment 2014, please go and read. 25 Provision 5, repeatedly read. You will get answer. Which very category said that PG student, the postgraduate doctors, can use latest technology. The word used, latest technology, latest knowledge. Now, what left with that? If at all advocate like me is going to argue the case, I'm going to interpret latest technology and latest knowledge in a very wider way. So answer lies with the act itself. Why need to worry?
डॉक्टर स्मिता, कुछ दिनों में आप सिलेबस में ही इसको देख लोगे, तो फिर देयर विल बी नो वरीज. We have made the provision for this also.
So great, so great, so great.
जैसे ही चालू
Thank
करेंगे
you
तो
so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay.
So thanks to all the learner. Thank you, Pallavi. I'm always there for my doctor. I never say no to my doctor. And that's the reason I am requesting every doctor to motivate other people also and register yourself on doctors.com, putting NEMA as a code, as an organization code, and get a benefit which NEMA has provided to every person. So please, please, please go with that. It will take a minute to go on doctors.com and register yourself, not more than that. But you will be having ample facilities available provided by NEMA there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the best support we got as for medical legal purpose.
I am always there, Priyanka ma'am.
I
try to share my knowledge only. I don't do any miracle.
The documents you share, can you please share in the group also so that we can have a look on this newly amended laws?
Sure. I'll send you that document. Don't worry. I'll put in group.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
So if everything is done, you can wind up. Thank you very much. And thanks to all the learners. Thanks to all the organizers.
Thank you so much.
Thanks to all the state and central leaders.
Great session.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Can we wind up?
Yes,
Abhishek wanted to say something?
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for this much needed, wonderful session. So with your permission, I would like to announce the winner of today's quiz.
Oh, so
Shall I
great.
go ahead, sir?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. The first person to message was Dr. Shweta Patil.
Congratulations,
So she has won. Congratulations, Dr. Shweta. Yeah. So, sir, it was really a much needed webinar for everyone, and definitely we will be very cautious and very apt in our practice from now on. And it has just given us more horizons to reach and more reforms in our field. So, thank you so much for that. So, with due permission of all dignitaries, Dr. Abhishek, you can go forward with the vote of thanks.
Myself, Dr. Abhishek Okre. On behalf of Nima Obgy Society, I would like to thank Nima Obgy Central members, Dr. Kamini Himan ma'am, Dr. Priyanka Nagade ma'am, Dr. Vishnu Bhavane sir, Dr. Rajesh Uttane sir for their guidance and support for the today's webinar. I would like to thank and extend my gratitude to our eminent speaker, Dr. Advocate Arun Mishra sir, for their knowledgeable and wonderful session. Thanks to all the Nima Obgy office bearers. Thanks to all Nima Central members. I would like to thank Dr. Girish Daga sir, Dr. Prajakta Patil ma'am for their help and guidance for the technical support, and also Dr. Aarti Kulkarni ma'am for their coordination for today's webinar. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the dignitaries for their participation. I hope you all have learned and enjoyed today's webinar. With due permission of all the dignitaries, I am today's webinar. Thank you so much, all.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you, Prajakta, and all the team member and Abhishek and who has taken effort, and all the central and state.
Sir, definitely. We are soon going to meet in the next subject.
पक्का. Some new topic.
अभी और आपको तकलीफ देनी है सर?
बिल्कुल कभी भी आप बस इतने नीमा में सबको प्रमोट कीजिए. नीमा के लिए जो उन्होंने ऑर्गेनाइज किया है ना सेंट्रल ने, नीमा के सेंट्रल ने टीम ने और स्टेट टीम ने सचमुच बहुत ब्यूटीफुली नीमा ने टाइप किया है न्यू इंडिया एश्योरेंस के साथ में. आप
बिल्कुल
प्लीज
सर।
सबको रिक्वेस्ट कीजिए कि पॉलिसी हो या नहीं हो, लेकिन ले लीजिए, क्योंकि आपके लिए बेनिफिशियल है।
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
थैंक यू
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we can conclude the session, Dr. Prajakta.
Yes, ma'am.
थैंक यू। विद ऑल
Thank you.
परमिशन
Thank
आई
you,
टेक लीव। थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
thank you,
Good night.
thank you everyone for attending. Hope you have a great practice ahead. We
Thank
are
you.
now concluding the webinar. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.